Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you guys could join me today. For those of you who have not been watching the videos, my name is Jackie Tar, and this is my art studio where we have been making these chewed paper, or AKA papier-mâché bowls. We did make 2 of these trinket bowls. We're only going to work on one right now. Let's get started. So I'm going to grab just a paper plate. We're gonna throw a little bit of gesso on here. I've never actually applied gesso to one of these projects. Normally I just add some paint or some sort of normally paint. It's usually what I do with them, or sometimes I have the paint already added and then this makes them a whole different design. That's for another video. So okay, so we're going to get started. We're going to go ahead and we're going to just put this in here like this. Doesn't have to be applied in any certain way. Want to make sure that you get all in the cracks and the crevices as much as you can. We're going to want to let this dry for a little while, and then we'll come back and we can add, like I said, acrylic paint. We'll add to it, or some watercolor. I'm going to start with the inside first and let it dry, and then we'll work on the outside. Need some more paint. Ooh, that is some thick stuff now. You know, some of them are already primed with gesso before you add the acrylic. It just helps the acrylic adhere to the canvas. Okay. Okay, so we're just going to let the inside of that dry. It doesn't absolutely have to be perfect, but we're going to let that dry. I'm going to turn on this little fan right here, and then we'll be back in a few minutes to do the bottom. So I'm absolutely surprised about these watercolors. I just absolutely love it. Just let it do its thing. Just let it do its thing. Actually just adding a little water, and the water's not going to hurt it. I mean, don't like saturate it, because of course it eventually fall apart or something. You don't want that to happen, but it's going to dry anyway. Like this. And then, you know, to kind of blend it in, you can add a little bit of water to it as we go along here. Okay, let's add some green. Let's do some green here on the bottom. I tell you what, that just turned out better than what I thought it was going to. So anyway, there you go. I mean, you can always fill in the other spaces, you know, if you want to fill in the little dots here, little white dots, you can just see, or you can just leave it. Like I said, reminding you of the ocean waves. Oh, that is so pretty. right, so there it is. Let me just kind of brush these little spots out of here. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry a little bit. The fan is on, been on the whole time. It's kind of hot out here in my studio. I don't really have air conditioning out here, so I gotta do these videos when it's not 190 degrees outside. So, okay, so we're gonna let that dry for a bit, and then we'll come back and we will work on the inside of the bowl. Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes. This trinket bowl is dry. We are going to go ahead and finish the inside. I think instead of using watercolors on the inside, I think what I'm going to do is probably use some of the acrylics. So let me move this stuff out of the way. And you know what? I think we're going to do like a deep blue. And we're just going to pick a brush here. I've had those paints for quite a while. But oh my goodness, look how pretty this blue color is. Oh yeah, very pretty. Like I said, papier-mâché is, you know, very forgiving. It is just versatile and so pretty. You know what, I think I'm going to change brushes. I'm going to go with one of these. I'm going to dip this in a little bit of water. Sometimes you got to do that when your brushes are a little unflexible. Ooh, let me get a hold of some of this paint. Okay, so we're just going to kind of get that in there like that. See how that just creates the most color depth. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it on there. Creates its own unique design anyway. Continue to paint all the way around. That deep blue is just beautiful. So you're just gonna rub this in real good into the, oh, see how that turns out? Isn't that gorgeous? I think we're gonna leave this like this, even with some of the white exposed. It just gives it its own little character. It doesn't really take that long for these to dry. And then once they dry, of course, the colors get deeper and richer. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today, watching us paint this trinket bowl that we made a few days ago. Let me introduce myself. I don't know if I did earlier in the other video, but I am Jackie Tarr, and thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, you guys have a great day.